Mukbang channel hyuneeEats. It's your girl Hyunee, and today I'm gonna be eating cheese spicy fire chicken. So let's get started. You guys are probably wondering, so where's the cheese? It's right here. I just didn't want it to get all hard and nasty, so I'm gonna put the cheese in right now. So let's put it in. Put a bunch. Cheesy goodness. Ah. So what did you guys do for your New Year's Eve and your New Year's? I'm seriously so excited for this year especially because 7 is my lucky number and it's 2017. Do you know what I want to do a little later? So I bought this pure capsaicin. I usually eat this with shabu shabu, like I put it in my ponzu sauce and stuff. I want to put a few drops when I have just like a little bit left because I don't think it's spicy enough for me right now, but I don't want to kill myself just yet. So let's put this in almost at the end of the video or when I'm almost done eating. So I just want to do that and see what it tastes like. What age do you think is appropriate for your kids or a kid to have a cell phone? What age? Please comment down below. I want to know what you guys think. I had a phone when I was in 2nd grade. The reason why I had a cell phone is because of the big earthquake that happened in Taiwan. I was there for the biggest earthquake, one of the biggest earthquakes that happened in Taiwan. This was when we moved to Taiwan, like not too long after we moved, and we didn't know what earthquakes were because in Korea, there aren't really earthquakes, like you can't feel them. There are earthquakes around, but you can't feel them at all. So, the thing is, my dad was not home. My dad was traveling, he was in Korea. And this earthquake happened while we were sleeping. I thought I was dreaming, like, you know, like riding the waves or something like that. And then my mom, like, wakes me up and it's like pitch dark. It's pitch dark and it's moving. Like, we're like, what's going on? Ma, 뭐야 이거? And then she's like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And then we didn't know what to do. So, like, the vase broke, like, everything was falling. You know, like all the drawers and everything was closing and opening. We couldn't stand still, you know? So we were so scared. We were just like, what's going on? I don't know. Like, where's dad? You know, he's in Korea. Everything's pitch dark because the lights went out. And thankfully, the phone was still working. I think this was... Yeah, the phone was working, so we called them and we're like, oh, it's 지진이야. Like, you know, it's earthquake. We don't know, where are you? Like, we don't know what to do. And my dad's like, oh, it's fine. Like, stay calm. They didn't allow any of the planes to come or something, so he came like a day or two later. I forget. So, at the time, the only people that we were close to was my tutor. So, we were like, oh, where are you, Jenny? You know, her name was Jenny. Like, are you okay? She's like, oh, are you guys okay? Like, my apartment, the aquarium all broke, so, like, it's leaking, so we had to, like, you know, evacuate. And then she said she was on her way to our house. So, after we hung up with my dad and Jenny, we were just sitting on the couch because we didn't know what to do. We go outside later because Jenny called saying she's outside. And then all our neighbors were like flashing inside our house to tell us to basically come out. We didn't know. We go outside, and guess what? The ground is like, there's a big crack on the ground in front of our house. Can you guys believe it? It's so crazy. Like, there's a big crack. So people were like, telling us like they were standing and then the ground was cracking, so they have to like run, which is pretty crazy. And we were just inside the house, like, you know, our house could have cracked open or something. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but, you know, if we stayed inside the whole time, you know, the house could have collapsed on us or something. A few hours after, like, the big earthquake happened, I guess, like, we were kind of hungry, so we made ramen on the portable stove. Can you guys imagine? Have any of you guys been through, like, a big earthquake like that? Actually, another time I was at a bookstore, and there was an earthquake, right? The light shook on top, and I was the only one like, oh no, earthquake! And then, like, ducking. And everyone was just, like, sitting there, because it wasn't, like, too big, but, I mean, the light fell and the table was shaking, so I was like, earthquake! Yeah! And then everyone, like, after that, everyone was like, is she okay? Because I'm traumatized, you know? But it was pretty funny. So also, like, remember how I told you my school was in the mountains? Well, my school had a big impact from the earthquake, so we didn't go to school for, like, a month. Which we were, of course, like, really happy about. Like, not going to school for a month because, you know, of earthquake, but we actually had to still tutor at home. But we were just happy we didn't have to wake up at, like, 6 a.m. to go to school every day. I hated that. That was, like, the worst. A 2-hour bus ride to school when you're an elementary kid, like, come on. It's really hard. I see how this is in a, like, cup like this. It's scary. It says it's 100 times hotter than jalapeno. I'm gonna put in, like, 4 drops. 5, 6. Capsaicin drops are falling in my cheese-buldak. I'm either gonna die of spiciness or it's just gonna be a good amount of spice. It is a little spicier. Not too much though. We went back to school around a month or 2 later. I don't really remember. But we would still have, like, aftershocks. So a little bit of earthquakes here and there. So my dad decided that it would be safe for him to get us cell phones. So the first cell phone that we had was the Sony Ericsson. And it seriously looked like a toy. Like, I had this yellow one and my brother had a turquoise one. I still remember because I was so happy that I got a phone. Even though it didn't work that well because we were in the mountains, it seriously did not work at all. We would, like, barely get signals. But if anything did happen, we could have, you know, ran down the mountain and, you know, called our parents if anything happened. So, I think in case of scenarios like that, like dangerous, you know, like natural disasters, or, you know, if someone ever were to approach you and try to kidnap you, cell phone is necessary. How old were you when you first got your cell phone? I had a cell phone since 2nd grade because of that, but we didn't really have internet on our phones until I was in, I think, 10th grade in high school. So I remember in middle school, texting was still expensive. So, I mean, I would only text the people that I really needed to talk to. Otherwise, I would just like tell them to call me or something. But I'm not the person to talk on the phone for so long. I'm not a phone talker. I'm a texter. So people know that, so they barely call me. And because I know that my friends know that I'm not a phone talker, if they call me, I know it's an emergency or, it's something really important. What about you guys? Are you guys texters or phone callers? I remember one time I was like texting this guy, right? And I didn't know he didn't have unlimited text. Well, was like in 9th or 10th grade. And then this guy that I was into, I didn't know he didn't have unlimited texting. So basically, you know how texting works? It's like you receive it. If you don't have unlimited texting, you receive it, it costs you, and you send it, it costs you too, I think. I remember, I think that's how it went. So he didn't tell me he didn't have unlimited texting, so I would text him like all the time. Like we would text each other. And then he told me later his bill came out to like $100. Isn't that crazy? I felt so bad. I was like, I'll buy you food. I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it's fine. But then I was like, but you had to spend $100, you know? That's crazy. That was my teenage cell phone story. And how I got my first cell phone. If you guys have any interesting stories of how you've got your first cell phone and any stories of like texting people or, phone bills and stuff like that, please comment down below. I also want to read your stories. It's always fun to share. Who remembers Singular? Oh my gosh. How did that song go? Who remembers this ringtone? Oh my gosh, if you remember it, you and I, we connect. Mmm. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also to become a honeybee and like this video if you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!